Welcome to Midnight and Midnight. Ready for episode 3?
I don't think anyone was ready for what happened, unless they got spoiled.
Agreed, me being one of them. Shall we go by character?
Alright, let's get started.
Twilight in this episode was actually quite fun. She wants to be part of Flurry's life, however, just like Pinkie, kinda underestimates the problem a little filly like Flurry could cause. Babies are hard to deal with because they need constant attention, especially a little filly that has both magic and wings.
Her interactions with Redheart seem friendly, as well as the shop owner and Cheerly, so we can assume she is on good terms with everyone, and, if I might add, I love how Pinkie's favorite is the sampler platter. I can't even begin to imagine what that is.
Wow, those wings are big. I knew they were big before, but still, they're a little big. Anyway, she actually shows to be a very caring filly, with a lot more understanding than most babies I know. She not only knows a lot of magic, but also understands that Twilight was the solution to the problem the baby cake twins were having. But when Twilight pushes her aside, she tries to fix it herself. Not bad for a baby that could only be a year old. Then again, the cake twins were quite coherent soon after they were born. Then comes her other antics, as she draws on the chalkboard and goes searching for her toy. When it does go missing, it's so innocent, as she doesn't mean to do anything bad. But it's still adorable.
True. The Cake Twins are able to talk after just 1 month, and I'm fairly interested in Flurry's magic, as even Harmony didn't have that kind of power when she was that age. It also seems like she has quite a bit of control over her magic. I also like how she named her favorite toy after an evil, money-grubbing game show mascot. You know which one I'm talking about.
Okay, one thing I'm so glad about this is it showed both parents as being exhausted, and not just shining armor. Something that kinda bothered a few bronies in the crystalling. The next thing I love is that they show natural withdrawal from their baby. I've seen many parents who have had to go back to work, or when they drop their children off to school for the first time, having trouble adjusting for a while. Sure, they do eventually adjust, but the first time is always the hardest.
Actually, being a leader and having a kid at the same time isn't a walk in the park. Believe me, I should know. So that added to their stress. But at the same time, parenthood can be a marvelous and enlightening experience. I hope this episode hasn't turned anyone away from parenthood, because it is the most challenging, time-consuming, and stressful job you can undertake. However, it can be equally pleasing and rewarding. Spike, for this episode, like most, seems to be the voice of reason. He knows how much Twilight hates being tardy, but now we see something that kinda makes sense to me. Spike is good with kids.
Spike is Jiminy Cricket, trying to help but getting ignored at every turn. Though I do love how he's a little bit more in touch with what kids like. Wow, what a weird pony. I do wonder what he's like in the guard, and what he saw.
I don't think I've seen this guy before. Strange, as he appears to be on the night guard, but at least he found another thing he's good at, even though everything is guard-related. Right, time for my closing thoughts. Some people are good with kids, and some shouldn't be allowed to have them at all. But whatever the case may be, listen to your kids and try to understand their take on the situation. It might just save you from getting a book lobbed at your head. I should know.
Agreed. I like how this shows you can learn a lesson from anywhere, even a baby. And time spent with anyone is better spent as quality, rather than a lot of distracted time. Well, I like this one. Simple and fun, though I'm kinda miss the big adventures. Hopefully we'll get to some action soon.
I have a feeling that when we do, destruction will come along with it. It's just like the old formula. Chaos plus destruction equals comedy. Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Well then, see you next week.
Sure, and I'll see you in the next world.
And stay brony!